Renu Rana Ra.
On this occasion we will discuss the history of Berke Khan. Berke Khan, or spelled Berke Khan, is the grandson of Jenghis Khan, the Mongol leader. Like other Mongols, Berke Khan also started his military career at a young age. He took part in several military expeditions, but the highlight of his career was his rule over the Golden Horde, one of the most powerful states in the Mongol Empire. Berke Khan converted to Islam in 1252 in Bukhara. It is said he met a caravan passing through town and questioned them about his faith. Impressed by the Islamic concept of iconoclasm and faith, Berke became a devout Muslim and remained so throughout his life. But that was not the only plan that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had in store for Berke Khan. Hulegu Khan was the grandson of Jenghis Khan and another cousin of Berke Khan. He was the leader of the Ilkhanate, a semi-autonomous state within the Mongol Empire. Captivated by the beauty of his Christian companion Doku's Khatan, Hulegu harbored a dislike for everyone Khatan disliked. Naturally, when emissaries of the Nestorian Church visited Hulegu, they found it easier to turn him against the Muslims. Eager to impress the queen consort, Hulegu pressed on to destroy the Islamic world. Hulegu's path of destruction lasted for many years. Starting from Persia in 1256, he set out to overthrow nearly every major nation that stood in his way. In 1258, after the Battle of Baghdad, Hulegu's troops destroyed the Abbasid Caliphate and killed the then Caliph al-Mustabilim. Then killing the titular leader of the Islamic world is a huge blow. Ayyubi Damascus also fell prey to Hulegu's merciless attacks. Given the fact that the Mongols were a formidable force and following the concept of, "my enemies are my friends," many kingdoms of the Christian constitution, including several Crusader states, were happy to offer support to the Mongols. After taking over all the major Muslim powers in West Asia and supported by vassal states such as the Georgian kingdoms and Cilician Armenia, Hulegu turned his attention to the Mamluk Sultanate. He sent his emissary to Sultan Qutuz of the Mamluks with the following letter. From the kings of the East and West, the great Khan. To Qutuz, the Mamluk, who fled to escape our swords. You must think about what happens to other nations and submit to us. You have heard how we have conquered vast empires and have purified the earth of that tainting chaos. We have conquered vast areas, slaughtering everyone. You cannot escape the terror of our army. Where can you escape? What path will you use to escape us? Horses, we are quick, our arrows are sharp, our swords are like lightning, our hearts are as hard as mountains, our warriors are as numerous as sand. Fortresses will not hold us back, nor armies stop us. Your prayers to God will not work for us. We are not touched by tears or touched by lamentations. Only those who ask for our protection will be safe. Hasten your reply before the fires of war are kindled. Survive and you will experience the most terrible disaster. We will destroy your mosques and prove the weakness of your God, and then will kill your children and your parents together. Right now you are the only enemy we have to march against. Receiving such a letter, Sultan Qutuz was furious and responded by executing the Mongolian envoy. Certainly not a very Islamic thing to do. Predictably, the Mamluks may have been no match for the Mongols and their allies. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had other plans. The great Khan died in China and Hulegu had to retreat home. Plus, he couldn't sustain an economically enormous army for any longer duration. It was then that the Mamluks saw an opportunity and seized it. Sultans Qutuz and Baibars led an expedition against the remaining Mongol forces in the region and succeeded in defeating the Hulegu generals and their Georgian or Armenian allies at the Battle of Ain Jalut. This of course did not sit well with Hulegu himself. Upon returning from China, he decided to make the mission against the Mamluks his personal goal. In 1262, Hulegu decided to launch a campaign against the Muslim countries to avenge the defeat at Ain Jalut. Fueled by revenge and commanding a military force far larger than that of the Mamluks, Hulegu was certainly capable enough to annihilate his opponents. This is where Berke Khan steps up. In a letter addressed to the great Mongol Khan, Berke wrote, "Hulegu has destroyed all the Muslim cities and has caused the death of the Caliph. With the help of Allah, I will summon him to count so much innocent blood." Hulegu could launch no further attacks on Muslim lands. The Berke-Hulegu War in 1262 was the first major civil war in the Western Mongol Empire. Fighting in the Caucasus Mountains, this war toppled the power of the Hulegu. His army was crushed near the Terek River by Berke's nephew Nogai, and Hulegu was forced to retreat. He died in 1265, thus ending his reign of terror against the Muslims. While Berke Khan was quick to respond to crises, he hesitated to fight Hulegu, his cousin. In his own words, "The Mongols were killed by the sword of the Mongols. If we unite, then we will conquer the whole world." But, Berke could not sit by and watch Hulegu kill millions of Muslims every day. He had to do what he was supposed to do, and he did. Berke Khan died roughly a year after Hulegu, namely in 1266–67. He was succeeded by his nephew, Menghancurkan, who continued Berke's policy of alliance with the Mamluks in opposition to the Ilkhanate. In his short tenure as Khan of the Golden Horde, Berke Khan made a lasting impact. While most historians are quick to see the Battle of Ain Jalut as the decisive event that checked the Mongol offensive, it was only a partial victory. Hulegu himself was not part of the battle. While the Mamluks were still outnumbered, and defeating General Hulegu and their allies was a laudable feat, the threat was not completely averted. It was only through Berke Khan's efforts that the massacre of Muslims was stopped. Intervention by Berke Khan saved the holy cities of Islam, including Mecca, Medina, and Jerusalem, from Hulegu's forces. Everyone has witnessed how millions of people were killed in cold blood during the fall of Baghdad, all by Hulegu. If not for Berke Khan, many other cities would have suffered the same fate. It is painful to see that many Muslims today have never even heard of Berke Khan and his contributions to Islam. Sure, she might not be an example of chastity. But Berke Khan was someone who realized that his fellow believers needed his help. He doesn't shy away from doing the right thing at the right time. Berke Khan does not hide behind diplomacy or personal gain or false national boundaries. This is his legacy, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward Berke Khan for his struggles. Wallahu a'lam bishwab. Thank you for following our videos. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe so you can always follow video updates from us.